This is your post-Wolves analysis, and you're most welcome to it. Recurring theme in this tape, we're giving the ball away too much. Fantastic. Yes, 2 clean sheets, 6 points, sense of momentum, up the Nuno, all that business, but we're giving the ball away too much. And we meet somebody good, and we are going to pay for it. Trust me. So, possession stats. I'm not a massive fan of those by any stretch of the imagination. It's the old drunk with the lamppost support, not illumination, And Wolves had 61% of the ball and managed to get away 22 shots, of which only 5 were on target. And all I'm asking you is, can you imagine if we gave that opportunity, if we left the door that wide open to somebody that was good? Maybe there's nobody good in the Premier League this season. We'll just walk it. That could happen, but I don't think so. Spurs gave Manchester City, and again, this is a slumbering City. This isn't the City that went on to become champions that we played the other week. Spurs gave Manchester City over 61% of the ball, and that was also a 1-0 clean sheet job. And there's a suggestion here, because we're not playing eye-popping football. No, sir. There's a suggestion here that we've got a mini Mourinho on our hands. I don't have a problem with the whole thing. The backline has improved enormously, and we're doing what Jose tried to get us to do, was to shore up at the back. It's working, but all I'm saying is that some of you were calling for the other guy's head all the time, and this guy is doing effectively the same thing with the same resources. In fact, with fewer resources, because Harry Kane is a bit of a thing, So anyway, let's not dwell on it too much, but let's go through the players and hopefully shed some light on matters. Japhet Tanganga, very close to having an absolute stinker. Total off day. So many lost possession. 18 times he lost the ball, and 9 occasions this was in his own half. His passing wasn't on point either, and we saw his passing accuracy against Manchester City, which was only a week ago, hit 91%. And then a week later, against a supposedly inferior side, it dropped to 64%. And in real terms, that meant of the 99 minutes that he was on the park, he made just 18 accurate passes, which I don't know where you fall on the situation, but I think that's shocking. Handy antidote to this was at hand in the form of Davinson Sanchez, who was superbly reliable again. Just 2 misplaced passes produced a passing accuracy of 94%, which is precisely where you need your centre-backs and your defenders across the board to be, that 90th percentile. There's no reason it should dip lower than that. Doesn't matter who you're playing. Colombian's weak spot, however, was in his tackling, winning just 6 of the 15 challenges that he made. Eric Dyer had another remarkably good game, great passing accuracy at 91%, plus 7 interceptions, which, given their location, you can see that they would have been absolutely vital. Reggie didn't have a bad game, but it was noticeably quieter, offensively speaking. Now, I know I can't compromise myself and say, well, because I like my defenders to primarily defend. And he did do that. He was tidy defensively. The Spaniard won 64% of his defensive duels and 67% of his loose ball duels. And he got in a nice sliding tackle without being booked for it. Højbjerg, I need personally, my own thoughts, I need to get over how Pierre was in the Euros. He was a really exciting player for Denmark. On Sunday, his passing was just about where you would expect it to be. And I'm talking about his own standards here, and it was a 91%. And he also recovered the ball 6 times. Dele Alli, I'm very pleased to tell you that he's certainly applying himself more perhaps than he ever has done. I don't want to hear the apologists, and goodness me, we've been through this an awful lot of occasions, but if the 24-year-old continues to push, and that's what he's doing right now, he's not achieving as much as he ought to. Yes, he won the penalty, that was great. Yes, he scored the penalty, which I thought was a fabulous spot kick. Great penalty, no problems there. But he needs to keep pushing in order to get where he needs to go. because he has been a long way away from there. But people are constantly saying, oh, but he covered so many miles. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. What we want is what happened in the Wolves game there, and a general sort of trend in his numbers that he's improving because he's putting more effort in. Oliver Skipp had an okay game, and perhaps his performance kind of sums up how Tottenham made quite hard work of a side that one would struggle to imagine is going to finish around about the top end of the table come next summer. Total successful actions, that broad at-a-glance indicator, was 69%, which is subpar from him. Notably on the wings he didn't have much luck, and of course the daft yellow from Stuart Atwell didn't help. Steven Bergwijn, a busy bee, but the problem is the end product isn't quite there yet. And that's across a number of disciplines. He's close but no cigar in so many departments as a footballer. His passing was good, 83% accuracy, but there were, again, too many nearly moments. And his heat map against Wolves, if you just take a look at that, folks, it's just a little bit chilly. Lucas Moura, not the Brazilian's greatest 72 minutes on the green stuff. The real problem, and he wasn't alone, just kept giving the bloody ball away. 14 times he lost possession, and 7 on those occasions were in our half. Sonny, another sort of kind of just a bit of a flat performance all in all. His passing was on the fritz. His mean average is 83.3%, which is pretty good for an attacking place player. But against Wolves, it fell down to 67%. So, I mean, what was the magic about Wolves that they could rattle us so easily? 17 successful actions across 76 minutes, and that left us with a heat map devoid of any glowing embers. Speaking of heat maps, Harry Kane, just take a look at this. 23 minutes the boy was on the park, and that's the map of a guy that many of you have spent the last couple of weeks slating. Conclusion, it's pretty much as same as the overview that I started out with. Wolves side managed to rattle Spurs. Had they managed to be able to get a few decent shots on target, we could have been banging trouble. I'm not moaning about something that could have, should have, might have happened. I understand we won and I'm delighted by it, but I'm just telling you that these last 2 performances, we have left the door too far open, and if somebody good comes along, we're going to get hurt. We didn't give much indication that we had a second goal in us, and again, that is because there's no Harry Kane around. Clean Sheets FC, more please, but we need to work on identifying the weaknesses and dealing with them. Otherwise, as I say, there is impending doom. Good luck. Keep it Tottenham.